Hello, my little lovelies. It's the True Vapor Show, and I'm ST Vapes. How are you doing out there, everybody? What's going on, folks? Today we've got another fun-filled show for y'all, and we're just going to go ahead and take it on down the road. I don't know where Zach is at. He's MIA, and Daryl will be a little late, so if y'all are wondering, now you know. And we have a special guest here on the show today, so we're going to take it away with Mark. Take it away, my brother.
Damn, I'm unprepared. What's up, everybody? Just kind of woke up, so I'm vaping on the same shit I was vaping on last night. The R150 with the Goon RDA. What's where's it at? Can't find it. Ah, shit, there it is. The Transistor Baby Clouds, and then the crappy 2 by UL with on the Therion.
Damn.
With the Dripstone Strawberry. Thank you very much.
Thank you. And next we have Mr. Daniel.
Hello everybody. I'm Daniel, DJLSB Vapes. I just woke up as well, but I'm already vaping on a bunch of stuff. I'm vaping on the Cloud Beast from Smoke, the TFV8, on the Cheese Grater, on the Cooper Primus. I'm also vaping on the Goon mixed. This one is actually mixed colors with Dawn from a Dirty Liquid. And why the hell my camera is not focusing?
Oh, that looks nice. That's the black and stainless.
Ah, there you go. Yeah, it's the black and stainless.
That looks sharp.
Basically, yeah, I basically Dawn basically exchanged some parts with her, and on top of the SX Mini Q Class or SX Mega, I don't know. Also vaping on the Laissimo L3 with another TFV8 on top, but this one with the rebuildable section and stainless steel coils inside. And I will be also vaping on the UL Crown 2. I'm so far on the second coil and still sometimes just a little bit of leaking, and then it stops. Well, I don't know. On top of the Minikin from Asmodeus. And I'm mainly vaping Adore Custard de Leche, as always. And I'm inside of one. I have the lemon tart from Dinner Lady. This shit is delicious. And on the TFV8, I have the cornflake tart, also from Dinner Lady. This one is, Jesus, almost empty. Fucking awesome juice.
All right, well, I appreciate that, Mike Vapes. All right, well, we have a special guest on here today, Mr. Omageddon with Omageddon Vapes. Take it away, my brother.
Hello, everybody. Thank you for joining us. Thank you to ST for inviting me on the show. Mark and Daniel, thank you guys. My name is John Carlo. I'm from Omageddon E-Liquid. I'm sure you guys have seen these around by now. And I am vaping on the Vape Like They're Watching parallel box with the Goon. In there, I've got some top secret Omageddon that I've been working on. About to drop a few new things on you guys. Hopefully, knock on wood, everything will work out. You know, the timing will be just right. I am also vaping on an RX200 with the CCI Centurion. In there, I have some of my lovely wife's Lisa's duck pudding from her line, Duck Pond E-Liquids. I am also vaping on the Snow Wolf, the first Snow Wolf, with Fat Buddha. In there, I've got Green by Vape and Swag. He should be dropping that one pretty soon. And last but not least, for complete and utter ridiculousness, the Point Blank with the Alliance Fat Boy and a bottle of Addie's yogurt from Fluent Vapors. Thank you to Maddie for sending that my way.
Nice, nice. All right, well, let's see what I'm vaping. Well, today I'm vaping on the no-named 155-watt mod, sleek in design, with the unproblemed Crown 2. I think I received the only Crown 2 out of the bunch, no problems, guys. So, yes, again, ST1. So, yep, rocking this one. And in this one, I am doing what is my little strawberry donut from Royal. Still loving that. Also, today, I am rocking on my Minikin version 1 with the Mason.
Nice.
And in that one, I'm doing my daily dose. Good stuff right there in the morning. Just about done with that bottle. Also, where's my other device? It was just right in front of me, too. Oh, there it is. Also rocking on my little Coolfire 100 TC with the Limitless. I don't know if I'm going to use this in the cloud comp or not. I mean,
You'll lose.
if I use this is a definite winner right here, but we'll see. And in that one, I'm rocking Mr. Donut Custard by Royal. More good stuff. And also today, I'm trying to see. I got so much shit in front of me. I'm going to be trying a little of this Omageddon out right here. I got my supply, thanks to my man over here. Good stuff. I'm not going to do the Phantom Ravioli today.
Oh, man. You got to do the ravioli.
Well, hold on. What I want to do with the Phantom Ravioli, I want to do that on the Sunday show. I want to, when we got our big gathering, Father's Day and all that, that's going to be my spectacular time to try out the Phantom Ravioli. So it's a little early in the morning for me, too, so I'm not really in the mood for pizza right now. So I'm going to keep it on the sweet side. But anyway.
Good morning, SD. Just eat some lunch.
Yeah, really.
Defend your own.
So, if y'all looked at the title of the show, right off the bat, you're like, well, what the hell are you talking about? Well, the past, few months now with some of these expos we've been going to, we've been really questioning the vendors, like, why in the hell are you here? Well, I mean, what is the purpose? You've brought nothing to the game. Did you just purchase a booth to take up space in here? And not trying to sound like an ass or anything, but I mean, if you go to an expo, my thinking is that you're trying to sell your product. You bring product to the expo, regardless if it's business to business, open to the public, whatever. You would assume that you got product there to try, sell, and push. But we're coming to find out different. Mark, can you speculate a little bit, or is it going to get you in trouble even more than what you in?
Oh, I'm already in trouble. I really don't care.
Okay, well, take it away then.
Should I talk about the exact company? Or?
You don't have to say any names. That's up to you.
No, I was at the Chicago Vape Expo International, and it just like they didn't have nothing for sale. They didn't have any samples. It was B2B only, so they didn't have any. You'd think they would have samples, but they didn't have any samples for like the customers to buy. They didn't have anything for sale. They didn't have any samples to try on the table. It was horrible. It was bad. So when people then they have 3 new products that came out, and they didn't even have the products on display or anything. So people.
Oh, I know.
And then, yeah, it was bad. It was bad.
They were selling your ass.
No, I don't know why. I don't even know why I was there. Honest, there was no room for me. The booth was so small. There was no room for me. Honestly, seriously, I had to sit in the corner because there was no room for me to stand up. So I just stood outside the booth and just stood there like, okay, yeah, why am I here again? And yeah, it was probably the worst thing I've ever been to.
So how big was the actual booth space for 4 guys?
It had to be like either 8x8 or 10x10. And the way the booth was set up, it wasn't set up like completely like 10 feet long. It was like 8 feet, and then the other 2 feet was a table going like vertically. So yeah, there was nowhere to stand, and there's already two guys there, like doing the whole promoting thing, like showing people. Because when I go to an expo, like what do? I don't try to sell people shit. I just go to the expo when someone walks up to the table, they say, "Oh yeah, what's this?" And I show them how it works, how it vapes, how it functions, and then if they're interested, they talk to whoever works in sales. But they already had two guys there doing that job, so it's like, okay, well, what do you want me to do again? Like, am I the vape model? So yeah, I was gonna strip down into my underwear and start modeling, but
Do you even vape Expo, bro?
That's what I really should have titled it. But
You even booth,
I
bro.
mean, think about it, people. Not to say that you're putting your employees on the line, but you are putting people in positions for where they are trying to speak to the public on your behalf. And if you look like a total dumbass, they're probably assuming that your product is the same thing and you're not going to sell anything. So, I
yeah,
mean,
I felt like a complete dumbass. I felt like an idiot just standing there.
Mhm.
It was, but like when I went with Movkin to Miami, that was laid out perfectly. They had fucking 3 large tables. One table was enough for 2 people. The other, everyone had their own little section to kind of to work in and set up. And when people walked up from either angle, they can see the product and they can learn about it and everything else. They did it the right way. But my thing is, like, why are you not going to sell any samples? At least sell enough samples to cover the money for the booth. That didn't make any sense. And then plus there weren't no samples on display for people to try. So if they walk up and they say, "Oh yeah, that that RTA looks awesome. Can I try it?" Like, "Oh no, you can't try it." "Can I buy one?" "No, you can't buy it." "Okay, well thanks."
Well, and even on top of that, and this one I will name no names, but in Vegas with a friend of ours with a company that if I said the name, y'all would definitely know it. He's standing there. He's supposedly promoting and trying to sell their product, but the new product that they don't have there. They only bring a couple of what they've got. There's nothing there that you can actually try on the table, and this is not B2B. This is open to the public, and there was a lot of folks in there. So if somebody is to walk up and say, "Hey, you just throw your hands up in the air. What are you supposed to do? I mean, what? Just sit there and look at a piece of paper to see a diagram of something? I could save my money and check that out on the internet opposed to paying to go to a show. So it doesn't make a whole lot of sense. But
like UL did it right, Movkin did it right, but this other company didn't do it too right.
Yeah.
And I really expected more from them because they have some really good products. So.
Exactly, and that's what I mean. Everybody is. I mean, they've got good stuff. So that really shocked me to hear what Mark had to say about that. But I don't run the company, so I don't know. Obviously, they worry more about what they're doing behind the scenes opposed to what they look like in front of everybody. But that's just my opinion. But real quick, we have Daryl joining us. What is up?
Hey, what's up, everybody? Sorry I'm late. Anyway, good to see you. Hey, it's Giancarlo. Nice to see you.
How are you?
Yeah. I got his line in, so I figured I'd bring him on here, and so.
Have you tried that ravioli one yet?
No, I was just stating that I'm going to say that for Sunday night show because I'm not really in a pizza mood right now, but I want to, I'll do it on Father's Day. That'll be my Father's Day gift.
Nice.
But so what's going on, Mr. Darrell? How you doing?
Fantastic. It's the end of the school year, and I didn't realize a half a day for my daughter actually means 9:45 a.m. She's back at the house. I was like, uh-oh, what do I do? So I had to make some last-minute arrangements. But
wow, your kids are still in school. It's like the middle of June.
We have snow days.
Oh, I got you.
We get snow up here in the north, and then the school shut down for that. It's
Yeah.
this white fluffy stuff that falls where it's cold climate.
We never see it here, so I was going to say my kids have been out since like 3 weeks into May. They were done, so, but all right. Well, I don't know what happened to Zach. I sent him the link a few times. I don't know where he's at. He's in hiding, so.
Zach
Wait.
was on Skype, I think.
Well, maybe he's involved in something else right now. I don't know. But, all right. So we'll kind of touch base back on this topic a little bit, but let's get to the main deal here. What you got there?
Oh, I just wanted to show the cloudness from Vapeston rocking that. That's all.
Hell yeah, baby.
Oh, is that the one that everyone's talking about in Skype?
Are they? That's
Yeah.
good. I
The
like
one
it.
that just came out? I haven't tried mine.
Well, I just seen what's up with Zach. Never mind. I don't believe Zach will be making it today. So, all right. Tell us about this e-juice you have here, sir.
Well, there's
Tell
two
us,
lines.
hold on. Let me back up a little bit. Tell us a little bit about yourself and tell us about your e-juice.
Okay, a little about myself. I got into vaping kind of by proxy in a way. My wife Lisa, she used to smoke cloves, and we've been together a long time. For the longest time, I was always breaking her chops, like, stop, stop, stop. And she loved her cloves. You know what I mean? And then I discovered vaping, and through that, I got her into it. I also got into it. I mean, I used to like the occasional cigar. Like I never was really like a heavy cigarette smoker in the same way she was. But, cigars are also stinky and not that great for you. So getting into it, doing some research, I found a few things for her to try out. And her transition was gradual over the course of a couple of months. Like she would smoke her cloves, vape, and then eventually one thing just kind of took over the other, which is really good. And I just kind of got really into the hobbyist aspect of it, like, all these mods and dripping, building coils, that whole side. I love it. Like, I really love it. Like, there's so much creativity involved in it and so many variables, and like you can really tailor things the way you want them to be, which I really dig. And then from there, going to shops and buying e-liquid, some stuff was good, some stuff was not so good, and looking for stuff that we really wanted for our particular palettes. We got the idea, well, why don't we just start making our own? So we got a little bit into DIY, and that was also another great experience. The creativity in that I thought was fantastic. And then from there, it evolved into, well, why don't we start our own e-liquid company and just do it, So, having a couple of friends and people whose opinions we trusted try our stuff, and all the responses were very, very positive. So we just said, you know what? We're doing it. And we jumped in, and we officially launched on Valentine's Day of this year, because it's the two of us doing it, and it's a labor of love. And here we are now. It's been snowballing ever since. I got to meet, like, at the last Foxwoods, I got to meet Mike, and I got to meet you, Daryl, and Heavy, and Raul, and like a whole bunch of people. And I just gave them our line as a thank you, like, because I've watched all your guys' videos, and I always considered you guys like a very good source of information and watching fresh and learning how to do stuff, So I just gave our lines out as a thank you, and it was never meant necessarily to go past the shop that I work at, but it just, with the help of you guys, it just started taking off. So, knock on wood, it keeps doing so, and we're just trying to do a good job and do the best we can and give to advocacy and, just do the right thing. You know what I mean? Like, it's provided us like better health, like new relationships with people, like all these good things have come out of it. And for that, we're very thankful. And we couldn't have predicted it. And it's such a good thing, such a good part of our lives, and we love it so much.
Thank you, sir. What you getting into over there, Daryl? Sound like you playing in a
You playing marbles?
jar.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm putting batteries on a charger. I apologize. I should have muted out.
Real quick, I have not ignored you at all, Mr. Andrew. I see you out there. I was just letting some of the folks speak. How you doing, my brother? Yes. Well, I appreciate that, sir. Like I said, I'm about to break into mine here in a second. Actually, I got your line and your wife's line, which I'm really excited to try.
Nice.
Um, I know a lot of these guys have already tried it, and everybody's just been like, "Man, this is the bomb right here." So
We
I
should all
know,
just vape the ravioli on Sunday.
yes,
Make it like a
yes,
ravioli show.
hell, that sounds- have you still got some of your ravioli?
Oh yeah, I have
Oh,
not gone through that entire bottle yet.
Let me just say real quick, the ravioli, right? All right, the way I do this, I come up with an idea and I cook up a couple of testers, right? And then I let them steep, try them, let them steep, try them again, see what needs a tweak. The ravioli is the only one that didn't need a tweak. And when I feel it's done, when I feel a flavor is done, I vape it, nothing else for 2 weeks. So for 2 weeks, the house smelled like
Oh my
an
god.
Italian restaurant. And every time Lisa came home, she's like, "Are you making a pizza? Like, are you making pizza?" I'm like, "No." And then I let her try, and she was like, Only you would do this."
So during those 2 weeks, no one at home was on the mood to eat anything. Because of the
She got on a pizza kick. She's like, "Now I want pizza." What the hell are you vaping? Now I want pizza. And I wouldn't tell her. It was actually really funny.
what gave you the idea for a? I mean, I know we've got all kind of vapes, but what gave you the idea and the urge to do like a somewhat of a? I want to keep saying pizza vape, but it's not really a pizza vape. But that's what I hear. It's
Yeah, I mean that's what I was going for, and everyone's palate is different, obviously, and everyone's perception is different. And I love hearing all the different descriptions that people tell me of what they get out of it, which I think is super cool. But essentially, like when we first started getting into doing this seriously, the company that I order flavorings from, I literally went down the list and I ordered one of everything except menthol, because no offense to any menthol vapors out there, it's just not for me. I just don't dig it. So I ordered one of everything, and the package comes, whatever, and I got everything laid out on the table, and I'm separating, fruit and milks and candy and this and that, and I was noticing I was getting a section of flavors that quite didn't fit into any other category, so I labeled those weird, and I'm looking through them, and I'm like, I bet I can make a pizza out of this. So I just went for it. It's just the opportunity was there to be creative, so I took it because I love that. That's the thing that really gets me. It's like, what can I come up with next, and what can I make out of all these components that's going to create something, that's unique, that sticks out. And I wasn't necessarily trying to go for like, oh, let me be the left field guy.
mm,
I just did it to do it, and like I said, I tried it, I dug it. The people I had in my focus group, they tried it, they dug it. Everybody would like crack a smile or laugh because it was so out there, and we just put it out there, and it's become its own thing. You know what I mean?
well, the one thing I do hear about all this is that it tears an atomizer up after you've put it in there. Not meaning that it literally tears it up, but you really got to do some cleaning if you're going to swap over to something else.
That I will agree. You have to dedicate an addy to it, and if you want to swap flavors, rewick. I've tried dripping other things on there, and it does not. It doesn't play well. It wants to be on its own.
At best, it starts to resemble like a tobacco flavor after you try and vape other stuff over it. But you'll always have that pizza.
Yeah, I mean, if you're into weird combinations of things, go for it. But I just give that disclaimer. It's just one of those.
Nice. Well, then I'll have to pick a certain RDA out the bunch to be my dedicated Phantom Ravioli one. But Mark, do you have one dedicated to it?
No, I use one and then I just clean it out.
Okay.
It doesn't really like stain your RDA or anything. It just
Yeah.
you gotta
By the
change the
way,
pot and shit though.
by the way, I want to point out that when I used to be a smoker, every single cigarette used to taste the same, used to smell the same, and now it's so fun.
True, true. All right, since I'm trying to pack so much into this one show because I feel like a lot's gone on over the past week, Daniel, would you like to give us a quick update on your uh, this no-name mod right here? Oh, and by the way, congrats on well, let me reword that. I don't mean congrats, but uh, and it's not even the recognition that you're getting off of this. I'm just happy that it's getting out there and people are, figuring all this out, and it's getting up to bigger people that can spread the word even more out. So I want to congratulate you on that. Not so much just to say, hey, you were looking for some recognition on something.
Yeah. Oh, I wasn't, definitely. And the example of that is the many reviews, the many bad reviews I have on my channel, and I never had anything going on like this. This time was actually, I wasn't expecting anything. I just did a honest review on this piece of junk that in the end I said that I still like. I love the form factor. I still use it on power mode. Temperature control sucks, and if you need more than 155 watts, go buy something else. And in the end I said that I still love this device, and it's a shame that the inside it's not what they promise, and especially for the price, $100 you pay for temp control that you don't even have. Damn. Even Joytech is cheaper and they do a much better job. And it was just a fair review, because I do all the testings. I bring all the facts to the table. I can't I can't do a good review if I'm bringing all the facts to the table, showing that everything is bad. And this time, I was surprised to see apparently Sigali commenting on my video threatening me, and then the other Sigali employee threatening me and everyone else on Facebook. I was just blown away with everything happening. And they were, in my opinion, they were trying to accuse me of this and that, and they were trying to let people forget what actually happened, and let people for in the end, with all the bullshit that happened, I felt like everything was happening with a reason of people not knowing anymore what caused everything. And what caused everything was a device being sold with specs that aren't true. And luckily I had a bunch of bigger reviewers coming to the table and defending me and investigating the stuff, because they actually investigated the Sigali part. They didn't went only with my facts. They also wanted to hear the other part, Sigali, and they also found the same exact lies. I shared all the lies online, and yeah, eventually, Phil told me that he wasn't already thinking in not reviewing Sigali stuff anymore because of their practices. Now Matt doesn't review Sigali stuff anymore. Yeah, it was awesome to see and to know how the vape community was together defending another reviewer, because if this shit can happen to anyone else. You can't say the truth on your reviews because you are afraid of being sued or having lawyers on your back. Yeah.
Well, and one thing I'd also like to point out about all this is that uh, Daniel did not see this product from Sigali. They didn't send it to him to review. He actually got this from another shop. Another shop just let him, say, hey, do your thing with it. So um, it's real sorry, the practices that are going on with these bigger companies. And Sigali's a big one. It's one of the biggest ones out there, so and with everything that's going on right now, that really sucks. But
And I tell you what, I already have another shop that contacted me saying, we definitely want to send you the new Food Chai 213 because We feel that is the same bullshit. We feel the temp control and the power output is the same bullshit, and Sigali is still saying that everything was fixed. So can we send one to you for you to take a look? And I basically told them I'm not going to review Sigali stuff anymore, but if you decide to send it to me, I will still do all my testings and I will make all my testings public, but I won't do a video on my channel on it. And they agreed. They actually want to know the truth about a device that they already have people buying the last one and complaining, and they want to decide if they don't carry Sigali stuff anymore, and that's a great attitude.
Yeah.
I just want to add too, like, I think I speak for everybody in here and for the vape community. Like, personally, like, I can honestly say, like, Daniel, I'm proud of you for, like, taking the stance that you did and the way you do things, and, you know, it's just great. Like, it, you know, we need that, especially now with everything that's going on. And for Sigali to come at you the way they did, like, that makes no sense. From a business standpoint, that makes no sense. They should thank you for finding the flaws in their device, fixing the problem, and then, you know, being more positive about it than trying to, like, do whatever it is that they were trying to do to you. It makes no sense for them to do that, especially with the demon regs. You know, I'm sure they probably have 20 devices ready to go that they want to drop. Now, you know, it's with them having this really bad look on how they handle things, they're just shooting themselves in the foot. Like, the way they're going about it makes zero sense. And then to, you know, come down on someone like you who has the rep of being thorough, being honest, well respected, you know, it's like, what are you guys doing?
Yeah. Well, one thing I would like to add to this real quick, I think what it boils down to at the end of the day, I think a lot of these companies think that they're just dealing with a bunch of yahoos that like to jump on the internet and just with a camera and say, hey, this is that, hey, it's pretty cool, go buy it. That's what they're looking, that's what they're thinking. But we do have somewhat of intelligence over here, and we do actually test this stuff, and most of us give y'all our honest opinion on things. And I mean, regardless of the fear of if you're ever going to send me something again or not, you know, hey, I'm going to tell you, I've got to spend my hard-earned money on a lot of things that I do, and I look for people that do reviews on stuff, so I want to give back the same that what I'm actually watching others do. Mm-hmm. So, like the Crown, everybody's having issues. They're telling you like it is. I haven't had any issues out of mine, but if I did, I'm not going to worry about what happens down the road if I say, hey, it's a piece of junk. If it's messing up, I'm going to tell you. But like I said, at the end of the day, I think they think they're dealing with a bunch of yahoos, and it's not what it is.
There are some yahoos out here, though.
There actually are, but the people in our realm of folks, I think that's a good group. We don't all have the same background on how we do things, but a lot of times we all put our minds together on things, and you know, we still come out with a good answer to all this.
We're going to see a lot more like shit come out like that because all these companies are trying to rush before August. Yep. So there's going to be no like pre-testing stages. It's just going straight to the box, and they're shipping it out.
The QC is going to go straight down.
Yeah.
Yeah,
they just want to get it out so that way it's out there already. Then they can fix it. I don't know if they're allowed to fix it after it's out or not, but they just want to get it out there now.
And that even gets scarier right there.
Yeah, it does. Like when.
What was you gonna say, Daryl? Look at Daryl. He's over there he's getting antsy.
Come on, Daryl. You want to say something?
Yeah, I mean, Daniel, for those of you who don't know him, Daniel is Daniel. That is Daniel. He didn't behave any differently now or a year ago. This is who he is. He's a guy with a genius-level IQ, loves to tinker, loves to fuck with stuff, but he's got a scientific, analytical mind. He's one of those rare individuals that loves math, thinks in math, and he knows this shit. So if he takes something apart, puts it back together, you know, like, that's what he does with stuff. That's probably what he was doing with radios and electronics before he even started vaping. This whole thing, if Sigali would have just left it where it was, like they've had a lot of products came out that didn't perform and that lied to you, but people still buy them because of the form factor. They're sleek, they're cool. You know, that 213, it's a cool looking mod. Who gives a fuck? Probably 90% of vapors buying that aren't even using it for temperature control anyway. They're vaping at 50 to 100 watts. They would have never noticed the difference. It's that small sector of the vaping industry that wants to know their device does what it needs to do. And I also think one other thing. These reps, these sales reps that work for these Chinese manufacturers are like just cowboys out there, loosey-goosey all over the place. You get hit up 1,000,000 times a day by them in Facebook groups and everywhere. The companies need to rein in their salespeople a little bit, put a check on them. I've had some sales reps be real nasty when you call them out on stuff. They're sales reps. And, yeah, it's very immature. I hate the way this whole thing spun out. Threatening a reviewer, never going to go over well for you, no matter who you are. Big company, small company. We're not going to tolerate that bullshit. And I was really happy to see you getting recognized by some of the larger review channels, Daniel, for the work you do, the ethics you have, and the integrity that you put into your work. That's all I wanted to say. Ditto to what everybody else said, just kind of
Well, like I said, at the end of the day, I hope the people that are watching can trust us for what we do. I know myself, I have no reason to lie about anything that I say or do on this, because really at the end of the day, even though I receive product quite a bit, I'm not always as quick to get videos out like some other guys, but my 9 to 5 keeps me pretty damn busy. But I mean, and not trying to sound like I'm an ass or anything, but I make money. I can afford to buy everything I've got sitting here. And if I want it, I'll just go buy it. It's no big deal. But I know when I spend my money, I don't just throw money away. Whatever I'm buying, I want it to at least last me, you know, unless I'm buying alcohol or, you know, drugs from Mark or something like that, which that won't last for video. Like I said, I always try to be as honest as I can about everything, and it's not even being as honest. Whatever I know about it, I'm going to tell you. If it's crap, it's crap. If it's good, it's good. And I think I can speak for everybody on this panel. You know, they do the same thing. Some folks want to hear it, some don't. So, you know, I don't know. And we were talking the other day about the Sigali thing. Me and Daniel was on Zach's show, and like I said, even if Daniel was to look me in the eyes and say, man, this thing only does such and such, I'd say, okay, that's fine. I still like it, though. I like it, just like I said, because of the form factor. I love battery life on it. I don't use mine in TC. I only use it in power mode. And like I said, to me, it's a little sleek design. It's a great little device for me, you know, and I'm a big battery person. So I'm all about, every time I ask questions, I'm surprised folks don't get sick of me asking, well, what kind of battery life does it get? That's what I'm big on. I want stuff because I'm away from my house a lot, and I know how many batteries I need to take with me most of the time. I can kind of judge that. So I don't need to take a whole slew of them with me or whatever. I kind of know what situations I'm in. But that's just me. What other good stuff's happening out there?
HR 2058 became a bipartisan bill, for those that don't know.
Did see that.
Yeah. Little ray of sunshine coming out of that dark cloud.
Yeah.
So for folks who don't know what that means and what the impact of that is, would you like to elaborate a little bit on that, what bipartisan bill means?
Bipartisan bill, to my understanding, two opposing parties that don't agree on anything are agreeing on one thing. And for vaping, that's very, very good. And the HR 2058 will allow the grandfather date of, I believe, 2007. So everything that came out afterwards can possibly still stay on the market. So you know, you don't have to go and dig out your old egos or Cigalikes or all that stuff. You can still keep vaping on these newer devices that you're used to that are more effective, more pleasurable. You'll get more satisfaction out of them, thus keeping you away from smoking them stinkies, which is why we're all here.
So it's interesting because this involves, if you hear the buzzwords predicate date, that's the date that's determined. Where's the line in the sand? Where's the line on the timeline of which products existed in the market and which did not? And that's a significant one. It's probably not so much the vaping that the Democrats and Republicans are jumping in on. It has more to do with the overall bill that this is a small piggyback on. And they want everything else to pass, and there were probably some concessions made that were sweeteners to both sides, so that I forget if it was a Republican or a Democrat bill, but having bipartisan agreement on a bill to pass is certainly huge, because they're not going to take a party stance and just reject it offhand because it's not in their party lineup. But that's kind of like a nice win for us as far as how this thing is developing. Nice to see. Don't sit back and relax. We're not done with this thing yet. It's just one small positive step in a long line of negative disappointments and disheartening defeats lately. So keep donating, keep spreading the word, keep educating. Your job's not done yet. If you love vaping, let people know who don't know about these deeming regulations, and keep calling your congressman and keep doing those calls to action and letting these politicians know that you vape and you vote.
Yep. Definitely.
Yeah, don't put the shovels up yet.
Yeah, I was sitting in they had like a conference, like a 2-hour long like advocacy conference before the expo, and they had some kind of lawyer. I don't know. The lawyer, I guess, used to work with like cigarette companies and the government and this and that, and he was kind of trying to explain everything, and he was explaining the whole application process. And that application process, like, it seems like it's just a crock of shit. Because apparently these companies can spend money on these applications, and the FDA doesn't even have to look at them. There's like there's so many like loopholes. Like, he had like a list of like the good, the bad, the ugly, and even all the good shit was bad. Like, there was so much bad stuff on there, it was horrible. But he was going through how the application process works and how companies got to submit ingredients from flavors and blah blah blah, and oh, it was bad. It was really bad. And
they can ignore it for a hell of a long time.
Yeah.
So you're sitting there in limbo, having paid the money, applied, and then waiting for your approval. They can just stick that off to the side and pigeonhole it. I'm not going to say indefinitely, but in all intents and purposes, if a juice company is waiting for their permit and their approval for 2 years, and they can't sell product in those 2 years, what else are they going to do? So that's the part I didn't get. Out of business.
That was like the shadiest part of it all. Like, you spend all this money in your application, it's like 2 years later and still not approved. Like, what the hell?
Yeah. The word shady and FDA are synonymous.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah. You know what the FDA will do? They will pigeonhole a submission, an application for some drug or process, and just leave it there for years until the company goes out of business. Then Johnson & Johnson swoops in, buys up their shares of stock for pennies on the dollar, and says, hey, look, we have this marvelous new product, but it was another company tried to put it through. They weren't big pharma. They didn't have the money to pave the way for it. It's a very corrupt system. If you think there's like government funding that pays the FDA to be open and to investigate, that's not the way it works. If you want a product approved, you pay for your product to get approved. And if you didn't pay enough and somebody outbid you in that, you're screwed. And that's what this whole deeming regulation, the unfairness of it is, the uncertainty of it is. It could be completely arbitrary. Plus, they could reject the application after 2 years anyway for no good reason. They have way too much power and control over whether or not these things get passed or not.
Yeah, he was saying there were some applications that they didn't even look at. And I guess after a certain time, I don't know exactly how it worked, but yeah, I'm like, wow, you spent all this money on an application and it's not even guaranteed to get looked at?
Yeah.
That's fucked up.
It is.
Well, real quick, since I'm keeping an eye on time here, out of the 2 shows that you've been to in the past, what, a little over a week, did you see anything interesting, new that would catch your eye and blow a breeze up your skirt?
Nope. Same e-liquid, same mods, nothing really. I don't think I've seen anything new.
Now, I have been seeing one float around, and it's that Stars mod. That thing's cool as hell looking.
Mm-hmm.
Have you not, did you not get to mess with one of those in Miami?
No, I don't think I did.
What's it called? The Starship?
No, the Stars. I think it's Stars Tech mod.
Oh, was it like a stabilized wood or no?
Yeah,
Yeah.
Brian got one.
I did see them in Chicago, but they looked a little too high end for me, so I just kept walking.
Matter of fact, well, I believe it was Mike that actually got hooked up with it and got Brian hooked up. I think that's the way it went. If I'm wrong, shoot me, but I know it was one way or another. But very interesting the way they look, and I don't think they're that pricey for what they are. That's what's kind of got my eye on it.
It looked like they were like a single 18650. I didn't really stare at them. They were in a glass case, so you really couldn't touch them.
The screen on it itself is what's really caught my eye. It's got a pretty wild looking screen to it. Nothing like what you would normally see. So
Doesn't the display change its color or something?
yeah,
like that?
something like that. It's pretty cool.
That looks cool.
I know you can go on. I think Facebook has a little website of them or something like that.
There was one thing at the Chicago Expo. There was probably more CBD booths than there were like regular e-liquid booths.
Wow. Did you get hooked up pretty good?
No.
You didn't get high?
No.
That's why you came home early.
Yeah. I'm like, fuck this.
It's like with so many bullshit to care about, better be stoned.
Yeah.
Wait, what happened? You
There's a no. I didn't get to try any. I tried it before and it tasted like shit. There is a really cool, and I know people are not really into the whole hookah thing, but Infinite has a really cool hookah coming out, and it's like an all-in-one device. It's not like the Aspire one where you have to buy a hookah and put the piece on top. This is like a whole setup, and it has like 3 different flavor options, and you hit the button, you fill it with 3 different e-liquids. It looks badass.
Wow.
But it's priced around $300.
Wow. Hey, folks, do me a favor out there. I don't ask for much, but let's hit that like button there. I see we got about 115 viewers. Let's get it on up there. What y'all don't know is that for what we like to do, that does help. What you can kind of say our business on YouTube. So hit that like button there. Also hit that subscribe button on all these folks, which I know you are anyway, but thought I'd say it anyway. Sound like a little radio commercial.
Or feel free to hit that thumbs down button.
Don't do it.
Don't hit the thumbs.
We'll do that Sunday night on Mark's show.
And also, too, if you haven't already, I know most of you have, but go check out myvaporium.net.
Definitely. By the way, if I'm looking to get some of your juice, where do I need to go to, sir?
You need to go to www.omageddoneliquid.com. And for all of you out there, you can use coupon code VaporiumFam. All one word, all caps. It'll give you free shipping. You can also find me on Instagram at _Omageddon_. And if you got any feedback, comments, questions, anything, whatever you got, send it on over to omageddon@gmail.com.
Nice. What else is happening? Oh, I gotta sneeze. Let me mute.
Gesundheit. That's New York for God bless you.
You scared it out of me. I didn't do it now.
This hot sig device, this R150, is like some badass shit right here.
That's really surprising.
It's
Is that the
almost
one with
like
the leather?
yeah, it's almost like I would never imagine a hot sig would put this out. This is really nice.
Yeah, neither do I.
You guys were. Does it still like you smell the leather when you're vaping it, or you got used to
Yeah,
it?
I think after you like use it for a while and break it in, you can get rid of that leather smell. But you could swap the panels out for something different.
You said you like it or you don't like it?
Oh, I love it.
Oh, okay.
It's like-
What is it? Hot cigs?
Yeah, it's hot cig.
Wow,
They-
that's surprising.
They used one of their DNA 200 boxes, and they just kind of put, I don't know if it's their own chip or whatnot, but some kind of waterproof chip. I don't know. I kind of want to vape it in the shower to see if it works.
Oh, so that's what you were talking about the other day.
Yeah.
Please
I wish
don't
they would
try
have said
that.
too. That would be awesome.
Don't try that.
He's gonna electrocute himself.
I don't need Angela to come home and find you all, sizzling away in the tub. So
He's dead. All his vape shit's for sale. $5.
she wouldn't sell it. She'd just use it for herself.
She'd sell it all at fucking like $5 each.
Dang.
She'd clear this room out in a heartbeat.
Well, she is needing another room for something. So.
Exactly.
Oh man. Okay. My eyes are rambling around.
I did get this from Mr. Joe Turner. If you're watching, Joe, thank you very much. The custard loops that I've been loving so much. I sent me another bottle.
Wow, by the way, I tried mine for the first time the other day on my little live Facebook thing, which I still don't know why I did that, but man, that's some good stuff right there.
I know. You would never think custard and cereal would go together, but
No, but they do, and it's good. So
Yeah.
Sounds good. Oh, you guys have that stuff. Hey, Joe Turner, anytime you think I'm cool enough, I'm Quest for Vape on YouTube.
you haven't got any of the Royal yet, Daryl? I thought you were getting that. Oh, okay. Well, we're gonna get that squared up.
Joe Turner, gotta contact Daryl.
It's all right. I have other e-liquids that I can vape in the meantime. King's Crest came out with a new line. Here's Griddle Cakes.
Joe Turner. That is Daryl with Quest for Vape. I don't know what you were thinking by not getting him something, but that is the man right there.
No, I'm not cool enough. It's all right.
Tried some of the Royal Vapes, and I got to say, Joe Turner, very good job.
All right. So I'm going to go ahead and do this, but we'll still keep going just for a little bit. I want to go ahead and do Cloud Comp, but I'm going to do the Cloud Comp with some Omageddon. Now, what is the one, what is the other?
Fat Tony.
There it is, looking at me in the face.
If you like sweet, you may like Bally Song also.
All right, but we're going to roll with Fat Tony. As you can see, I love these bottles, by the way. These things are like cool as they get. So, all right. So, this is the time of the show that...
What's the flavor profile on that Fat Tony?
Fat Tony is an RY4, vanilla bourbon, New York cheesecake, and a hint of cappuccino.
Oh,
Wow, all that.
Lordy.
That's the one flavor I didn't get from you up in Foxwoods, buddy.
Because that one wasn't out yet.
Oh, okay. I'm gonna have
That
to
one
order
wasn't out
some.
yet. But if you're going to be at Syracuse, you're going to Syracuse, right? Yeah, I'll have some for you. Don't worry.
All right, cool, man.
Oh,
I'm looking
man.
for a freebie. I'll buy it.
It smells like a little piece of heaven. Wow. One thing I was waiting to see here, or expecting, I'm expecting this big, long, massive dripper to come out. It's a little small one. That's cool. I got to say, the bottles are freaking awesome on this. And when I've been seeing everybody in the past vaping on, every time they hold up with these bottles, I'm like, dude, that is freaking, that's a perfect selling point for something, especially if you got good juice to go with it. So
that was a big thing about it because doing the business side of it, I understand marketing. I get it. It's a big part of this business, and oftentimes, and I've fallen for it too. Like you fall more for the marketing, and then what's inside doesn't really level out. So I tried to make it a firm point to that it, if I'm going to put it in a bottle like that, it better, as sure as shit, it better be as good as the bottle is cool.
definitely.
And for those of you out there that know me, like the way I do things, there's three ways to do things: the wrong way, the right way, or the way that I do it. And if it's not right, it's not coming out.
Oh, yeah.
Daniel,
you're up. I don't believe you need that alarm clock anymore.
You know what? Have you seen his bottles for the obese Tony? Those are nice bottles. Do you,
Which
do you
I gotta
sell?
say,
Do you sell
Phenom
those
got
or
that
no?
because Phenom's the guy that put me onto Vaporium. When I was at Foxwoods, got there a little early and I was sitting in the back, and then out of nowhere I just see these golden shoes, and boom, Phenom just happened to sit right next to me, and we got to talk, and he introduced me to Daryl and everyone else, and you know that was like my little thank you to Phenom.
Yeah,
Well,
Weren't you
awesome.
weren't you wearing like a chef's jacket?
No, I was wearing a shirt. It's from Puerto Rico. It's called a guayabera, which is what like older gentlemen that are just relaxing tend, you want to look nice but yet still casual.
I thought you were a chef, like from Foxwoods, came over on your lunch break.
Damn.
No,
Daryl,
I'm just
Daryl, he
joking.
actually had a leather Harley jacket on. I mean, I don't know how you could mess those two up.
I'm just joking. I'm just joking. It definitely stood out.
All right. Well, I am loaded up, but I'm not going first. Who's going first? Any takers?
I'll go.
All right. Let's get. All right. Once again, folks, hold off on your. Oh, dadgummit, I should have set that stuff up. Me and Daniel was talking about. I forgot. We'll do it again. All right. You are presented. Take it away.
By the way, today for my competition, I will be using the Cloud Beast Smoke TFV8 at a modest 118 watts. That's all.
Bring it on. Bring it on.
God damn.
Nice. Barely even hit that joker, too. Just kind of like,
It's a beast.
I see that. All right. Who's going next? Daniel, you ready?
Yes. I am
All right. Let me
always
present.
ready.
All right. You're presented. Take it away. Get it all out.
Nice.
Nice. All right. You ready, Mark?
This appointment's ready.
All right. You are presented.
Hold on.
Oh, my God. You
I
can't,
gotta be.
can't ever just lean back in the chair and do it.
There we go.
Dang. Look at Mark.
Nice, man.
Nice.
Opened his air fryer.
What did you just hit that you belched out so loud?
The Goon, 92 watts, or 92.9, sorry.
Nice.
Ah, that 0.9, Jesus.
Yeah, I know.
Or 92 or 93. Well, 92.5 is fine.
You are presented. Omageddon, take it away.
Here we go.
How do you like it?
Whoa, dang.
And that was at a very modest 55.5 watts.
Holy crap. All right, here we go with me. All right. Let me present me. Here we go. And the first time on Mr. Fat Tony.
Nice.
Wow. Wow.
You like it?
You do like it. Very nice.
Very cool.
Let me get my stuff up here real quick. All right, folks. Take it away. I'm going to be over here vaping a little bit.
My wife's been vaping the Fat Tony like all week.
Ooh. You know, when you take that first or second hit and you're kind of like, oh, yeah, I just found my vape for the day.
Nice.
I think I just found it.
That's a really good morning vape.
It is. It goes perfect with coffee.
Yeah.
All right, let's see some votes up on here. I'm only seeing, and I know Mark didn't win it, so let's get off Mark. Damn, Fat Dimitri. The hell? Mark, holy crap.
Wow.
Fat Dimitri.
I think they're feeling
Yeah.
Somebody voted for dirty.
nice.
In absentia.
Mark with a question mark.
And yes, Dimitri, it is all about angles.
It really is about angles. Seriously, it's about camera angles.
Yeah.
They want a new flavor called Fat Mark.
Combination of pizza and all kinds of shit. That probably wouldn't be a good vape.
Pizza and Taco Bell.
Oh my goodness.
Mark, I guess you got it, baby.
I think chat just gave up. They didn't
Yeah, I
even,
know. I don't see much really going on, but there's been more Mark than anything. So
I don't think they're paying attention.
they wanted to see what was up with the Fat Tony. Man, that stuff's good right there.
When you try the ravioli, you're gonna
That-
be holy shit.
Hey, folks, definitely. I know you're gonna do it anyway. Definitely be on Sunday evening when we do Mark's show. I will do the Phantom Ravioli. I know Mark will be messing with his. Everybody will need to be vaping Phantom Ravioli.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, this is awesome stuff. I got a lot to try because you got your wife's line sent too, and that looks awesome. Also, most of the flavor profile to that is something that I do on not a daily, but I do it most of it. So everything's going to be great, I'm certain.
The one out of her line that I think it's pretty much liquid crack. Freak Show. This 120 when we were filling up a batch, so I snatched it and put it in the stash. And when we were doing the bottle count, she's like, "We're a little low." I'm like, no, you just counted them wrong.
Is this my? Hold on, I got so much here. Is Freak Show one of the bottles of mine?
Oh, it's in there.
Oh, it is. Nice,
Yeah, it's in there.
nice. What's the flavor profile on that one?
Freak Show is a candied kettle corn. It's got a little sweet, a little salty, a little like caramelliness going on in there. It's good shit. I think she, most of her line, I think are all ABVs, and I'm not just saying that, being biased, but that one in particular, like, it's one of those when I start on a bottle, I vape it until that bottle's done,
Wow. Also, there's one I want to try, and I only found out about it through watching Matt's video when I was listening to talk about Daniel, but at the time, he was vaping on one called Jam and Toast. That sounds pretty damn good right there.
Jam and Toast, nice.
Yeah, so, all right. Well, Mark, what things have we got coming from you the next couple of days? Any good reviews that we need to be holding our breath on?
No. Just some
Nice.
follow-up videos probably on the Lost Vape stuff and
Gotcha.
like a lot of the quick looks I'm going to be finishing up. Other than that, I think that's about it. Nothing really exciting.
How about you, Daryl?
I have finally knuckled down and learned how to use Final Cut Pro for my editing, so I will now never again have out-of-sync voice and audio and video, which is exciting.
Nice.
And I posted my first one of those edits last night, early this morning. I got a ton of stuff to review. Don't worry about it. I'll be catching up. I had a lot of stuff. I got busy with work the last couple of weeks, so I didn't get any videos out for review, but now I'm catching up.
I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No, that's okay. When we do outros, I'm just going to do a shout-out for different advocacy stuff going on real quick, but important.
How about you, Daniel? Any good stuff coming up?
Yeah, I have the Q class coming up, already on Q. Then maybe the Laissimo L3. Have a few good stuff coming up. I'm actually doing videos in advance because I'm going to be moving to the mainland, so I have videos on Q to make public. But other than those two and maybe the Minikin, no, nothing that new.
Gotcha.
See, that's Sigali scared him out of house and home.
He's got to
He's on-
relocate
He's on the
because
run.
they said he had his address, so he's relocating. So we'll have to check them out again. Well, for myself, I've got I'm gonna have an Asmodus battle video coming out with the new version here and the old one. I just got in my disguisers, so I'll be doing those. Man, I feel like I've got all kind of cool fires to take care of, so I might just have a big shootout with the cool fire situation. Yeah, quite a bit of stuff coming. Man, it's just I need work to slow down just a little bit so I can jump back into this, because what few little bit of free time I have, I can't get motivated to do a video knowing that I got a long day ahead of me. So I promise to have some good stuff coming out here pretty soon. Also, yeah.
I will have the new 200-watt regulated box mod by Philip Morris coming out.
Oh, see, that's the one I'm waiting on right there.
The Cowboy Killer?
Yes. Hell yes. And of course, I got some juice reviews coming out. Of course, Omageddon will be hitting here pretty soon, and his wife's, and a few others. Got to get knocked out. I feel bad, even though I don't. Well, let me ask everybody while we're sitting here. I mean, I know I work for Mike in Vegas, but I still feel I need to review his product, and it's not me. I don't want to seem like it being a biased video or anything, but he puts out a good product. I can't help it.
He does.
I definitely don't work for somebody that puts out shit, so yeah, it's gonna happen. So don't wear me out in comments just saying, oh, it's good because you work for it. That's not the case. If you tried it, you'd get hooked on it too. So it is good stuff.
That's only going to be one or two negative naysayers that are bitchy about everything in their whole life. So don't worry about that. Don't change the way you are.
Yeah, definitely. Well, folks, I think we're at the point where we're gonna take a wrap and get on out of here. So let's take it down the line. Take it away, Mr. Daniel.
All right. Thanks, everybody, for tuning in. I'm Daniel, DJLSP Vapes, and no, the S on DJLSP doesn't stand for Sigali, but thank you. You can always find me on my channel, DJLSP Vapes, on my website, djlspvapes.com. All over the media, being threatened by companies. What I do. Thank you, everybody.
Daryl.
Hey everybody, good to see you. Thanks for tuning in live, and thanks for watching the replay. And then just a quick note on advocacy. The fight's not over yet. It's just begun. Put your money where your mouth is, okay? Not just passing memes along on Facebook. CASA needs donation money. Not Blowing Smoke needs donation money. They have a fan funding page. And also, Vapors for Larry Faircloth. If you don't know him, Larry Faircloth is the treasurer of West Virginia. He's an elected official. He just stood tall for vaping in the, I think it was the House of Representatives on a bill, got beat up. The state of West Virginia passed a bill to balance their broke-ass bankrupt budget for the state that happened to also tax e-liquids in the state of West Virginia 7.5 cents per milliliter. So now when you buy a 30 ml of juice, your price just went up about $2.50. We have to continue pressing the issue, pressing the fight, send out the calls to action to your local state representatives, and donate money. Even $1 counts. $1, $10, $20. They need to hire attorneys. They need to pay attorneys, and the attorneys that are effective are not cheap. And don't forget about SFATA. If you're in the industry, join SFATA. Belong to one of these industry groups. And then let's thank all of our Chinese manufacturers that joined Sevia, the Shenzhen E-Cigarette Manufacturers Association. They're kicking in money big time and helping us support our fight. So any manufacturer that joined Sevia, automatically I have much more respect for. And if you're in China and you haven't joined Sevia, what are you waiting for? You want us to buy your products? We'll support the sale of those products as well. Thank you very much.
See, Kelly.
Mr. Mark.
Hey everybody, thanks for watching. I'll see everyone tonight, Sunday, and throughout the week.
Yes.
Love you all. Bye.
Yeah, don't forget the Vape team's on tonight. And our special guest, which I just love to say, Mr. Omageddon.
ST, thank you for having me on the show, guys. Thank you. I'll try to make this as concise as possible. I just want to say thank you to everybody that's ordered, everybody that's shown support, everybody that's given advice, and everybody that's helped out in any sort of way. Thank you so much. We really appreciate it. I can't tell you like how touched I am by all that from everyone. Do your part for advocacy. It's important. You know, obviously, we all know what the deal is. We all know how this may play out, but I have faith that it's going to work out in our favor. And also, just a quick little thing, we're working on it. You know, we should be having an announcement up in a couple of weeks, hopefully sooner than later. But we are planning on doing something with new flavors coming out where, you know, part of the proceeds from those flavors go towards advocacy to help our fight, similar to what Adore and Heavyweight E-Liquid, what those guys are doing. And also 2 concentrates. I know everyone's been asking. We're working on that as well. We're going to make it happen one way or another. And if anyone's interested in trying out Omageddon or Duck Pond, again, find us at www.omageddoneliquid.com. Coupon code VaporiumFam. On Instagram, we are at _Omageddon_. And if you want to contact us for something you don't see or you need something special, Omageddon@gmail.com. Thank you, everybody.
Nice, nice. Well, you know who I am. I'm ST, and you know the usual places to find me. I'd just like to give a quick shout out to all the gentlemen out there. Happy Father's Day to you. Come Sunday, even though I will see you Sunday, but I'm giving you a heads up. So to all our fathers out there. Yeah, so next time I'll be seeing you will be Sunday on Mark's show, and we are going to be doing some Phantom Ravioli. So I'm certain, and I know my wife's out there watching, you're really going to love this one. We're going to have some pizza going on in the house, baby. So it's all good. All right, folks, like I said, thanks for joining us. We'll be back next week, same time, same place. We are about to hit our 1-year mark. Didn't know the show was going to make it that far, but we're almost there. We're about 2 shows out from hitting that 1-year mark. So congrats on that. And so once again, hit that like button, hit the sub button, and let's just keep everything rolling. Everybody keep fighting for this, and because we're all in it for the same purpose, except for Mark. Mark's just in it for free shit, but it's all good. So y'all all have a great week, great day, all that good stuff. We're out of here. Peace, baby.
Free shit and tacos.
One more second.
Yes, sir.
If you haven't had a chance to go watch Gizzard Stew, he's a longtime loyal fan and supporter and subscriber to all of us. He's on shows here and there, especially with Fresh 03. He did 2 videos that are just phenomenal. I forget what's the name of the videos. It's about
like a million vapors saved or something.
A million vape YouTuber. He does this 2-part compilation of videos and pictures of like folks on YouTube, reviewers, folks I've never seen before, folks you're familiar with, folks you don't. He catches rare moments and awkward moments, but it's such a work of effort from the heart, and he did such an amazing job. Watch those. It's really so fucking cool. That's Gizzard Stew, Gizzard Stew. Check out his videos there.
And of course, the time he wants to catch me and throw me up is when me and Thesis, and this is when I'm out of town in a hotel room doing a show, me and Thesis are going back and forth pointing pistols at the screen. So, yeah, it's definitely a good video. So if you want to see me sitting in a hotel room pointing a pistol at a phone, go check it out.
He grabbed an old video of me in a kung fu test that I had, like doing a little. Not live, and I look so dorky in it, but it's funny.
All right, folks, we're out of here. Y'all have a great day. Catch you next week. See ya.
Bye.
Bye, everybody.
Bye-bye.